We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon!
And thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable. And as we begin today's episode, I'm going to immediately start us with a roll-off. Kenna and Torie, please each of you roll me a d20.
Oh man,
We both did poorly last session, so
Yeah, I know.
I did better today.
The loser has to go first on the scenes that we're about to have.
Oh, I got a good roll! I rolled a 19. I rolled a 9!
So, as we begin today's episode, we find our trainers scattered about the big house of the Cornucopia daycare. And we're specifically going to zoom in on the exterior of the house on the big wraparound porch of the first floor. As Coryne, you have pulled out your phone and begun to dial in your mother's number after having not really called her for most of your journey.
Coryne does that thing where she like punches in the number and then she goes to hit call and then like shuts the phone and is like, no, okay. The urge to hang up is so strong.
And after a moment, you hear a click. Hello?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, I wasn't sure it was you.
It is. It is. What are you doing? Are you busy?
No, not busy at all. I've just been sitting here by the window, staring out into the yard, just waiting for a daughter who doesn't love me to call me.
Okay, wow, that's a lot. But you're home, right?
Yeah, I'm home.
Okay, good. I'm going to video call you. Boop.
Ba-doom. She goes, and there's like that thing where like the audio cuts out for a second because like it's like having to shift every time. And she like does it, but it's like the shitty like SMS video call, not like the like really smooth. Yeah. And she holds it up, and you can see that your mom is sort of like curled up on the chair that's over by like the front window, and she's got like a big like robe shawl on with like another blanket on top of that one. She's got both her feet tucked underneath her.
Best seat in the house.
and she's like looking out into the yard, which is like, you know, it's like immaculately gardened, so it's very beautiful to look at. And she looks at you and she's just kind of giving you like a sly, tired smile. But she goes, "It's so good to hear from you, honey."
Yeah, I miss you, Mom. I'm really sorry I didn't call. I don't even really have an excuse other than it just a lot of stuff was happening. So I'm really sorry.
Roll me a charm die with an advantage, please.
Cancel out the advantage. She notices the burnt end of the hair.
Oh shit!
Shut up. Ooh, okay. So I rolled a 5, 8.
8. It's fine, but it's not the best. Interesting. She goes, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, I hope you'll call more in the future. Yeah. I mean, Poppy calls me like every other day, so.
Why does Poppy call you every other day?
Because I guess I have one. She's the daughter I never had, apparently.
Okay,
you know, she calls me all the time.
No, Mom, come on.
She keeps me so much company, and she calls and she tells me, "Oh, Coryne was safe today. You know, apparently she went through this and this in this town and did such and such, and she did in this tournament."
Poppy tells you all that?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, you know.
I mean, she did yell at me for not calling you, so.
Really? Poppy's the best.
No, she does not get any more points with you, okay?
She's a sweet girl. I'm so glad you made friends with her. She's so much, you know, she's so nice.
She is the best.
Well, I heard that you sent a bit of a extreme gift to the lab recently with one of the Pokemon that you captured.
I did. Ooh. Yeah, I got a lot on my hands with the team I've got right now. How much time you got?
I'd
You
love
got
to
time?
meet them. Yeah, I would love to get to meet your Pokemon one of these days. You know, you could call and coordinate when I have to do something in one of the cities that's nearby. You know.
Are you coming to Cerulean anytime soon?
Cerulean, I don't have any jobs planned, but I can look and see if there's anything in the area. I found out I was in Vermilion like 2 days after you guys were there, so that was cool. That my daughter didn't call me and I didn't get the chance to meet up with her.
We had to make a quick exit.
Oh, really? What happened?
Okay, Mom. As long as we've got time, I'm gonna tell you a story.
Yeah, I am also gonna tell you right now, the vibes of what Poppy has said, it seems like Poppy has not portrayed any of the danger that you've been in at any of the recent months. It seems like Poppy has been like assuading your mom's fears and just giving her like nuggets that are truth of your journey.
She's
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do this thing after I'm like, okay, Mom, as long as you've got time, I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna do this thing where I'm basically going to divulge to her literally every single thing that happened. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm not gonna lie, but I am going to downplay the danger as much as possible by always including that I've always had people with me, that I've always had Pokemon, and that we've always called the authorities, and that they've always backed us up, like all that kind of jazz.
Roll me a separate, so this is separate to the roll, but I want you to keep in mind the 8 that you've already rolled. Roll me a separate bluff check, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't have any points in bluff. Put points in bluff, everybody.
If you're planning on attempting to emotionally
good for you. Okay. 14, 15, 16.
Okay, with that, go ahead and roll your charm die again. Don't add anything to it.
3.
And add that to your initial roll that you made. So that was an 8, and now it's an 11, which is above 10, 11. Which is pretty good. Okay.
How can I do that talking to my mom?
Because your mom is actually informed of what's going on. You're the one who said, I want a mom with the most amount of connections possible. Meanwhile, Corinne's mom doesn't know shit about anything.
Ooh. She's a landscaper. She's great at it.
She's a landscaper. It's kind of like how Edgar didn't know anything about Pokemon training. It's kind of, there are people who just don't interact with this part of the world. And your mom sort of like sits and listens. She gets kind of really serious for a lot of it. But you guys have always had a very like equals in a relationship sort of vibe to each other. That's just always how you and your mom's dynamic has been. So she doesn't take it listening the way that like Miss Wake does, where it's like, fuck, this is my baby. He's been in danger. This is more like, oh shit, this is something really hard that somebody who I really care about's been going through a lot. And it seems like she's been dealing with a lot of danger, even if it turned out pretty well. There's a lot of that vibe. And she sort of gives you a lot of those like committal noises as she's listening, kind of like the like the little like tiny like noises that somebody listening would do.
Right.
And she sort of like sits there and she takes a lot of that in. And you did still only roll an 11, which is like, it's good, but it's not like as good as you could have done with this roll. So she kind of goes, okay, so I'm gonna look for jobs probably on the path that you guys are on then. Just so I can come say hi. Because that seems like a lot, and it seems like even if you don't need a hug, I probably need a hug. After that.
Mom, I wish you were here. If you're not busy and you don't already have a job, my gym battle is in 6 it's on it's at noon on and I pull my phone away and I start looking through my calendars.
Saturday.
I already forgot it's on Saturday. It's on Saturday at noon.
Oh, you're doing another gym battle? How many? You have what, 3 badges now?
Yeah.
That's really good for your first season. Like most people, I think the stat, like so I did some reading because Poppy sent me these, and you see that like Poppy has sent your mom like articles that she has printed out and she has like next to her, and she goes and she was, I was just reading this stat that at 3 badges, that's more than over half of people make it to in their first season.
I don't know why I didn't know that. I talked to, by the way, Mom, Cerulean. Oh my God.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
Also, and I hold the phone out. I'm at the Wake family. I'm at Cornucopia Daycare. Mom, I'm at Cornucopia Daycare.
Oh, that's that daycare
right
that you really like. Yeah.
Yeah. It's where Myrtle came from, and I shoot a shot of my war total's she's just bebopping along on the porch.
She's so big.
Yeah, she's getting really big.
Are you gonna meet Myrtle's parents at any point?
I look down at Myrtle.
And Myrtle, who's been like chewing on like a berry, just like goes, war total. Like it hadn't even occurred to Myrtle once that was the case.
I like hold my phone away and like sidebar to Myrtle. I'm like, yeah, we're really both really bad about this whole like parent thing.
I learned it from you.
You see, like Myrtle's now like kind of like scratching the back of her head, like, oh fuck.
That's so funny.
Okay, well, once you say hi to that set of parents, I'll text you and let you know when I can be in town, and I'll do what I can to come see your gym battle.
Okay.
And if not, I'll definitely see the next one.
Okay, great. How are your Pokemon doing?
Kenna says because she doesn't remember the names of the 2 Pokemon that are at her mom's house.
I forgot.
This is so funny. This is so funny.
Forgot.
I
It's
will
in my notes,
give.
but I can't find them.
I will give 100 experience to a Pokemon of your choice, Torie or Matt, if you can whip out the names before Kenna does.
I don't have any notes on Coryne's family because that was before my time.
It's true, but you did watch the show, so I thought maybe you might remember off rip.
Not off rip.
Fake fan. That's a joke. That's a joke.
You know what's
if you
so
can get
funny?
to it in your
to
notes before
address
Kenna
that
does,
question.
I'm very excited for it too. If Matt, if you get there before Kenna, I will give you 100 experience to a Pokemon of your choice.
I just
1,000.
in my notes that I have for like character creation and stuff, it just says her mom has a Poliwag and an Oddish.
Oddly.
There we go.
Give me them points.
Yeah, take the 100 to whatever Pokemon you want.
100 per, you said?
100 per. So we're gonna take. By the way, no, that's a joke. I mean, Wiggly and Oddly are doing great. They've been helping me with all the landscaping and everything. I mean, they'd be excited to see you too if they could come with me.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Maybe they can get to meet some of your Pokemon. I hear. I mean, you just told me you have a bunch of them, but you know, I'd love to meet them.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture after this. It'll be really cute.
Okay. Oh, you see, your mom has like had this conversation and she's gone through the emotional beats, and she's just now like absorbing some of the things you said. She's like, so you caught. Let me get this right. One of your Pokemon is just a bunch of dead people all put into one rock.
Yeah, yes, it's a Spiritomb. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really come up with a plan for that one yet. Battling it was really tough to begin with, and the catching it was more of a to end the battle type deal, so,
Well, the longer you leave it, the longer it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I know. I was actually gonna ask, if you get here, you'll get to meet my friends that I talked about, like DJ and like Seth and them, but
Seth just
DJ's parents run a rehabilitation center, and so I was gonna ask DJ for some like pointers and expertise and see if they could kind of help me.
You also said that your friend really likes ghosts, right? I mean, she probably has quite a few pointers to toss at you.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see. But I'm also dealing with this, not dealing with like it's a bad thing, but I also have this Dragonair that I really need to be careful with because it's also been through a lot. So
yeah, you did not make this easy on yourself. Do you need anything? You need money? Do you need stuff from home? Do you need snacks? Do you need anything?
Honestly, can you make those one cookies that you make that I like so much? And can I just have those?
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Okay, because those sound really good right now, and I miss you a lot, and I'm sorry I didn't call, and I'll call you more.
Please do.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, I'll see you in 3 months when you call me again. Goodbye.
No! I'll call you next week! I'll call you next week at the latest, I promise!
That's not healthy for a mom to say.
No, it's not healthy, Matt. This is an accurate depiction of a relationship between mother and child, not a healthy relationship. as we finish up this call, DJ, I don't believe I actually heard, where did you head to on the property at this moment to have your own call?
Somewhere out of earshot of Seth's mom.
Okay, so you probably didn't head to the front room then. I mean, there are
probably also outside.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of fields and such that are all around. You can see that there's like the little
Sides
pond.
of the outside banister.
We're doing.
What if you
laps
guys
past each other.
walked around opposite directions, both saw each other, and then went back to the other side?
Perfect.
We're just-
Done.
Every time we meet up, we give a little check-in, like, you good? And
Yeah, it's the thing where you're like
Coryne's just
pacing while
like,
you're walking.
I'm not fucking good.
And then like where you meet up on this side, that's the side that Seth's bedroom is on, so he's just been like glued against the glass this whole time.
That's
okay.
so funny.
I'm yelling through the window. I can show you guys Myrtle's parents.
That's really
Myrtle
funny,
starts making
actually.
faces on the other side.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
As we go to DJ, are you calling your dad or your pop?
I'm gonna call Cliff.
You're gonna
So-
go Cliff? You're not even
so-
gonna call.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm gonna call my brother because DJ is gonna do in this moment what I, Torie, do with my sister, which is when I need to call my parents, but I don't really, like, I'm stressed about talking to my parents, I'm gonna call my sister if she's in the same place as them, so it can be a group conversation.
Okay.
Kind of like Cliff has an iPhone, DJ has an iPhone, DJ's dads have Androids, so like I have to FaceTime Cliff.
Interesting. Okay.
The strategy.
The
I'm gonna call
strategy.
Liffy. Yeah, that's the
Okay,
strategy.
okay. Yeah, you call. There's that. There is about half a ring. There's the ding, ding, ding. Hello?
Hey, Liffy.
Hey, Pokemon Whisperer, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's rare to hear from you right now. I thought you were out traveling the world.
I am traveling the world. I'm somehow closer to home than I thought I'd be. I'm in Cerulean right now.
Oh, I thought you already.
I
You see,
did.
there's like genuine confusion.
I did.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Here's the thing. I actually met some friends, which is really fun because I didn't think
That's
I would.
rare. Yeah, no, that's.
Whoa.
No, hey, I'm proud of you. That's so. You know what? You're doing fantastic, and I did not mean to
I'm
insult.
trying to
I do
branch out
apologize.
outside Hollis.
You're doing a
just-
Hey, I got some words about that young person actually, but we'll talk about
We
that
don't
later.
gotta talk about it right now. So
Okay.
I met some friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know the cornucopia daycare?
No,
That's not right.
that's the joke. It's a joke. I'm sorry.
That
Does
ain't right.
humor not come
So-
through a phone?
No,
Calling or
not when
FaceTiming?
it's a face.
I'm calling right now.
Not when it's a FaceTime and all I can see is your ear canal. Put
Oh,
the phone
I-
in front of your face, dummy.
So I thought I didn't look at the. You know how an icon comes up and see? I've got a little bit of. So you look as he's like talking and he pulls away. You see he's like covered in mud, like deep.
Oh.
Like you see there's like he's in like full overalls with like his full hat on. He's got like a little bit of sideburns, very like thick, like good jaw.
Yeah.
Very much
What
like
in the Sam hell are you doing?
sort of like farmer next door kind of handsome. Where
yeah.
he's a little bit like on the whiter side, but like in a cute way. And he goes, I was out mucking the pastures and I did not hit the right icon. I thought I hit the answer on the audio only, not the.
Well, it's too late. We're here
camera.
now. So I met some friends. One of them is Seth Wake, so the son of the owners of Cornucopia, which I think is
All right.
cool.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I also met this girl named Coryne, who is scarily muscular and has the most eclectic group of Pokemon I ever met in my life.
That's saying something.
Oh, I know. Well,
Okay.
she got a Dragonair that I think we're gonna have to talk about later because I think she might need some help getting through to it. It's been through some stuff.
Wait, you said. Okay, you said we'll talk about it later. Just real quick, did she catch one in the wild? Because those are kind of. Wait a second. It wouldn't be that one that came through here a couple months ago, would it? That's the only one outside of the Blackthorn clan that I've heard of recently.
I didn't know that it actually made it to y'all. I thought it stayed.
It came through for about a day and a half on its way into the actual property just for registration and everything. We took care of the base paperwork, but it ended up at Cornucopia. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
He's giving you new information right now that it has in fact been.
Okay.
DJ and
I am frazzling Torie right now.
Sorry.
The ancient text did not speak of this.
Yes,
The
I am
ancient
giving you new information in that it went through your parents for registration.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So-
we did the registration for it, and we that was in a bad way actually.
Yeah, it sure was.
But it's that same
but
Dragonair.
It is.
Okay.
She's trying to have a good relationship with it, and I think she's gonna be able to. I think she'll be able to break through to him.
Thing was violent as all heck when it was here, so I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. So, I'm calling. Not that I don't love talking to you, but have you
you're calling
seen-
for the parents. Gotcha.
Well, it's not that I'm calling for the parents. That's not what this is. This is more I'm really scared to talk to Dad cuz I think he's going to be stressed.
Well, yes, but also, yes. Are you heading down this way anytime soon? It might just be best to just push that over the horizon until you can be here in person. Might be the way to go.
You think so? You don't think they want to talk to me now?
I think they do
You don't think that's gonna
absolutely
make it
want to talk
worse?
to you. I think that'll make it worse 100%. And I think that I can pass along that you're doing well to assuage some of their fears. But I think that calling them while you're not immediately here is going to have unforeseen consequences of the highest order.
That's fair. All right. You know what I could do? When I hang up, I'm gonna record a little video with all my little guys because I've picked up a few more friends along the way for my team.
Okay.
And oh my, look at this! Juju's gonna shove the phone in Tabasco's face.
There's a moment where it gets there and he looks at you unimpressed and he just grabs it slowly out of your hand and then holds it at a respectable distance like he's the one holding the phone.
I like the idea that I shoved the phone in his face. It's approximately this far. He doesn't even flinch as it comes in.
Yeah.
And he just goes,
Yep. Yes. That
And
is
pulls
exactly
away.
what is happening. Yes. Unless you want to face some sort of like awful conversation in which, I mean, Dad's gonna be worried, but honestly, I think Pop's a little bit more on the worst side this time around.
no, pay attention. Look it.
Tabasco, you've grown.
Only a little bit. And DJ's gonna pop behind his shoulder. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool, especially considering everything that needs to happen for a Riolu to evolve. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, well maybe we'll have to get him up against some of the stronger Pokemon when he comes back. We'll have some sort of battle.
Oh, that sounds real good. But you know, I think you're right. I've been thinking about Dad, but I've tried not to think about Pop because I think he's gonna be
Yeah.
a tough
Real quick,
nut.
you said we didn't need to talk about them right now, but they Hollis came by the other day.
What?
Asking about how you been.
Oh,
Apparently they got a text of some kind from you the other day, so they were just checking in.
that's funny because they didn't text me back to check in with me.
Well, I'm going to stay well away from whatever this situation is, and I was just keeping you updated and keeping you informed.
Did they bring buttons by?
No, it was a quick stop by. It was
Oh.
just a quick. In fact, they didn't even go up to the house. It was me out in the fields. I was working on some stuff, and they swung by and they asked a couple questions. And when I said I hadn't heard from you, they just kind of took off.
Well, I'll make a little video with my guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have all these teeny... I don't know what it is about me. I keep finding little pygmy guys.
Well, I mean, you like cute things, and Tiny is cute, so it
Tiny
makes
is
sense to me.
so cute.
Yeah.
But also... and look at this! And she's gonna pull her small Mimikyu out and hold him like this while Tabasco still has the phone.
Is that some kind of toy? What is that? Oh, it's alive. Oh,
It's a laugh.
This is Rakoto, and he's still got on his little Eevee suit.
Do I look it in the eye?
In the stomach eye. Yeah.
Oh, there's a set of oh. Hi, Rakoto. Nice to meet you.
You can wave, buddy. It's all right.
You see, there's like a
Maybe the
shadow
little tendril.
hand that comes out and goes.
Cackling on the phone is crazy.
And you see, there's like Cliff is familiar enough with Pokemon that unnerve him to where he's like he can hold a straight face, but he is like freaked out. Like you've always loved ghost Pokemon, and you're the only one who's always loved ghost Pokemon. And he goes, "Oh, well, all right then. Well,
You don't gotta like him. You just gotta be happy for me. Look at him.
I'm so happy for you." And you know what, Rakoto, you got a mighty fine costume on there.
I made it.
Oh, you did you?
Sure did.
All right. Rakoto's gonna
I think
and sort of like
that's
backs up and like wags the little tail attached to his little costume. Which costume does he have on right now? Did we say?
Eevee.
He does have the Eevee one on still. Okay. Yeah. But I think, did you have anything else you wanted to ask Cliff during this call?
I would check in on the other Pokemon that are like my family Pokemon.
Okay.
So Cliff's Pokemon specifically is also an Oddish. His name is Arthur.
Yep.
So she'd ask after Arthur. She'd ask after Thudbutt and Sakura. She'd ask after Teefers. Which, by the way, in order, Thudbutt is a Snorlax.
Mm-hmm.
Sakura is an Espeon, and then Teefers is an Arbok.
Oh, these are the best names I've ever heard of in my life.
They are very good. They're very good. I appreciate the naming on all of these. I think asking about them, they're all doing fairly well. However, Arthur is no longer an Oddish. Arthur is going through his teenage years as a Gloom.
Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend.
There's a
listen to a
moment
lot of Mayday
where
Parade, huh?
Cliff turns the camera a little bit, and you just hear glue.
Oh,
Just like in the background, and he goes, "Yeah, he smells something fierce these days. He just is.
Man,
the stench
I
is
believe
just
it.
something. I was pulling out the,
And that's not coming from you. You're covered in all that muck.
Yeah, he let out a breath the other day, and I ran away to somewhere that smelled better that happened to be the stables. So,
Oh, that's concerning.
well, that's why I'm not looking to evolve him into a vile plume. Because that'll just get worse. No, I mean, I'm thinking more blossom. I'm thinking something a little smiley, something a little happy.
I love that. All right.
All right, well, I'll let you go. I got 3 more acres to muck through. Got to
Well,
pull out
have
all the
fun.
rocks and stones. All right, I will.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. I'll see you when I see you, and don't call the parents until I give you the okay.
No, I'll send a little video message that they can see, so they can see Toby and they can see all my little guys.
And with that, you get a little from your bro and hangs up the phone. I do love of the 3 families that we've interacted with in the last 2 episodes, the just difference in how they work. One of them is like, why didn't you call me? I'm so mad. Why didn't you call me? I'm so sad. You should not call the parent.
they're gonna be mad. Like,
They're gonna be
During this time, Seth, as you've gone to, first of all, before I get into the narration of some stuff that has happened while you've passed through, what does your childhood room that you've been living in until 3 months ago look like?
I got a big old TV, and then I got the newest gaming console available for me. But I can't play it. Every time I go up to it, it just says, "This is the newest gaming console available." I have a little
It's a fucking
computer
Wii
next
U.
to it. No, it's not. It's a Switch. It's the
Imagine.
newest one available.
I was making a joke that we play with Gen 7 rules, was the joke I was making.
You're right. Was it a Wii U?
I mean, Switch wasn't out yet. Switch was the next generation.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Tragic.
But I think his his room has a very water themed aesthetic to it. You can see like on one of the walls he has a signed poster from one of the gym leaders in the I believe the Galar region.
Yes, it is the Galar region. This is a gym leader that you've actually met in the past.
Yes.
Her name is Nessa.
Yes, a limited first print edition Nessa signed autograph poster. It's great. And then I think he also has a bookshelf full of just different recipes on one shelf and like different cookbooks that are there, different Pokemon biology books that are right below that.
Absolutely.
All of these other methods that Seth studied through just the happenstance of working through it, where it's like, oh, I got to figure this out, instead of like looking it up online, looking through the books and figuring it out.
Absolutely.
That way, to kind of study in that meantime. And then a big old Snorlax beanbag chair.
As you go,
last time Snorlax went on the second floor, it broke through the ceiling, whatever. So
broke everything. But as you go to like go in there, normally it used to be like you would sit on the stomach part of the beanbag chair, and then like Bowie would sit on the head because like, you know, it's really easy like small beanbag chair. Bowie has attempted to sit on the head and has fallen asleep, but is doing that like thing where like dogs who have now gotten too big do, where like the whole ass is hanging off the edge as he's like perched on the head. Yeah. And it is like, this is obviously your childhood room, and it's that thing of like, you've not been here in several months, and you didn't expect to leave this place for as long as you did when you left it last. And as you kind of take a moment to like, you know, just get reacquainted with all of your things, maybe sit down your bag, you hear a on the glass of the window, and you see the like 4 foot tall metal bird on the other side of there.
Stop.
And there's like the metal sort of like screeching noise that I'm not going to repeat just in case Matt had fucked with me in the last episode. I don't know. I haven't seen the edit yet, so I'm not doing it again. But at that moment, the screech happens, and then Spur sort of leans over the edge of the windowsill and grabs your bandana and sits it on your bed, and then flies out back out the window. You could re-put that on. Yeah.
And I'll close the window. I think... having the others out, I'm gonna just kind of sit on my bed and be like, well, thank you guys for being here. I know she said I was grounded, but technically you guys could have gone anywhere else in the house, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me in solidarity.
There's a variety of reactions from your Pokemon at this news. Some of them
Run
are
down
like
the
sympathetic.
Let's
All
start
right,
with Bowie.
you get sort of like the unknowing, sort of like, oh yeah, that sounds bad, sort of like sympathetic from Anchor, who's just kind of like, you know, kind of like schlorps from side to side. Sure. Fender did not pay attention to these conversations, similar to Bowie, has already made the way to the bed and passed out. His fat ass Pichu just on the side of the bed. Richter is kind of like aggressively like, yeah, no, we stayed with you sort of vibe. Whereas Axel's like, you guys are getting paid sort of voice of, or like face of like, we could have left. Like we didn't have to come with you.
It means a lot. Thanks. And I kind of like grab Axel by the shoulders and like hold him down next to me. I'm like, yeah, and you could have gone anywhere, like our jungle gym, our
Inferno
slides, pool, or so it means a lot.
like and he's doing the thing where you like pick him up slightly and his like feet are like waving. Yeah. He's like, wait, I'm gonna go.
It's okay. Well, it means a lot. So
fuck.
Hopefully, well, dinner will be ready and then we can kind of leave the room. But otherwise, yeah, this is where Bowie and I would hang out for most of our days. So feel free to pick a spot or call dibs on. I don't know how big this room is in relation to how many people I have now in it.
Well, your 5 Pokemon luckily are not the biggest in terms of like their size and everything. So Bowie's sitting on the beanbag, right? There's still the other half of the beanbag, which at this point Axel just kind of like somberly like sits himself on. He's like, Fender has taken a spot up on the bed, and Richter goes to like curl up on the floor because you've got like these like nice hardwood floors, but they're kind of scratched from like Bowie, you know, running around all them. But the moment that like Richter starts to like curl up, his chest scales hit the floor, and that shit erodes through rock, and you immediately hear like of like scales gouging into wood as he like curls up on the floor.
Okay, we're learning.
Yeah.
Okay, let's Richter, get comfortable, and I'm gonna just chalk out a section that I'm gonna replace just so it's like steel or something more.
Just like rolls around a little bit, like
Okay,
yeah,
not too
bye.
much, but,
And then just you hear it's just like sawdust going up in small plumes in every direction.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna outline what his size is, and then guesstimate what even more space would be needed for that, and just basically double that space, and see if I can get a request to get some, I don't know, sheet metal or something.
Sheet metal or something for them to lay on.
It's gonna be the Richter section.
Okay. Especially once he becomes a Garchomp, he's gonna be fucking. He's gonna take some space.
That dude moves in his sleep, and I don't trust the floor enough to. We're on the second floor, man. I don't want you to fall through to someone else's room.
One of the other things I will say is while you don't have a door out to it, your window is low enough and you are practiced enough to this to where you can actually, if you want to, go out on the balcony, because there's that big wraparound balcony for the second floor as well. Even if you don't decide to do that, from this point you can see DJ just sort of like standing in a field, eventually having conversation, and then like waiting for the ring, and then going and then talking. And I'll let the two of you decide what you want to say in this moment, as the two of you finish up your calls around the same time, DJ, Coryne, and spot each other, one on the porch, one standing sort of off to the side.
How was yours?
Well, I was informed not to call my dads.
By who?
I'm sorry, I called my brother, and my brother said, don't you dare call Dad and Pop right now, because it's gonna be stressful, so we're just gonna wait until I know eventually we're gonna get to back home, so I'm just gonna wait. Can you take a picture for me? Or a video?
Yeah. You want to do tradesies? I'll do
yeah.
you do me? Yeah, okay, great. Okay, go.
Do you want, okay, so DJ is gonna start by saying like, hey guys, we love you so much and we miss you. And then she's gonna say, I just wanted to say hi with all my little guys. This is my new team. And she's gonna like back up, and all of her guys, she's gonna release all of her Pokeballs. Except
she doesn't have to back up very far. It don't take up a lot of space.
They don't, they're small. The only one she's not gonna release is Charmander, because that is a surprise. And she's gonna just like, they're just gonna be all over her. So Rikoto is gonna be like perched on her head. Tabasco is gonna be standing like kind of in front of her, like crossing his arms, angry that he has to be part of the picture. But Cayenne is standing on his back legs, like pushing his feet up against Tabasco and like barking up at him because he just wants attention. Aleppo is gonna be on my shoulder, his vines are around my head, and then Poblano is in DJ's arms like a baby. And they're just gonna say, "We love you," and have like a big like little.
That's pretty cute. That's
picture.
pretty cute.
And stop. Oh,
there you go.
And then we don't have to RP this, but later DJ is gonna take a selfie video of her with the Charmander so that Charmander doesn't feel left out.
Oh, that's valid. That's valid.
So that he doesn't feel left out, and she can send that to Charmander's recipient.
He doesn't even
at the time.
he doesn't even charge you a berry for it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, go ahead.
Charmander. Oh, okay. Quick, everybody! And Coryne releases everyone but the Dragonair and just points at the camera and goes, "Okay, everybody, point."
That's fucking great. That's fantastic.
That's badass.
And I'm gonna be honest, with your team, it's a little bit more intimidating when people point, because you've got a fucking Beedrill and a Hypno both going.
Smile! Half of them are like mean mugging.
Terrifying.
Given the fact that Beatrix's mouth physically cannot smile.
Great, good job, everybody.
Posed like a smile.
Yeah. So yeah.
She hands you the phone back, her hands like.
As this happens, Seth, you saw this whole interaction and you're just sitting up in your room right now.
That was a good picture.
Oh,
you guys hear that
did you
distantly?
hear something?
I thought, do you see who's in the? Oh, that's Seth.
Oh my God, is that
This
Seth?
is my house. Yeah, you guys are. This is my
I
house.
can't hear you. You're a little muffled behind the glass.
The window's open actually, but
I can't hear you. You're a little muffled behind the glass.
Hey, Buzz. Hey, Woody.
Is it almost dinner time?
Yeah, we can time
Yeah.
skip. You guys finish your calls. You go in and Ms. Wake has been doing work. She pulls out some like stuff that she already had prepared and just like needs to heat up on the stove or whatever, and then she gets to work on like actual food. Seth, what's your favorite food? That's what's being cooked. What is your favorite food?
G-burger.
Cheeseburger? All right.
Cheeseburger.
So she's pulling out like, you know, casseroles and salads and stuff that like were already prepared as like sides and everything. And then she's like pulling out the small like grill out to the patio area where she's like chef master number 1.
Heck yeah.
And everything starts getting ready. And over the course of the next like 20 or so minutes, you are going to hear the sound of like bing, bing, as 2 bikes come down the way. As you see, there is a bright red bike with a white leather seat that JJ is riding on the way here, having changed out of her Nurse Joy uniform and sort of braided her pink hair into like a single braid behind her. She is still wearing a little nurse's cap though, which is like a little bit off to the a little askew off to the side. And you can see that Edgar is there with his own blue bike with a little basket, but he has little like tassels on the side of his, like almost like a young kid's bike, but he's like, it's an adult-sized bike. And he goes down and they pull up to the porch. And they once again say hello, and it's that sort of thing where Edgar's like, hey everybody, what's up? AJ and Coryne, right?
Ooh.
I'm kidding, DJ. I remember.
Red like puts an arm in front of DJ as like a holder back.
Easy, girl, easy.
She sets her jaw. She's like,
I assume he's locked in his room?
Now, how did you assume that?
I mean, given the sheer amount of he didn't want to go home, it sounded like when we talked, I figured that'd be the case. And JJ pipes up and she goes, oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, we figured something like that was going to happen. Every time he got in any amount of trouble, this is sort of like the go-to. One of the cool things is, did you know that on the back side of the house, there's a spot where it's really easy to climb up there? I don't do it, but Edgar does sometimes. I just walk in through the house. You know, Miss Wake says hi. Yeah.
Did not know that, but good to know.
There's not really being
funny.
stealthy at this house, you know? It's just not real. Like, Spur will come out of nowhere. There's like 8 snitches among like the garden, you know, grass types. It's just like, you can't really be stealthy.
So why even try?
Yeah, exactly. So I just walk in.
Edgar, have you ever gotten through unnoticed even once?
Oh, no, I haven't. Not once.
Coryne just goes,
No. Spur has only knocked me off twice though.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well, ooh, dinner smells good. Ooh, burgers. Ooh, he must not be in that bad of trouble. And he like walks on the corner. It's that thing where like the 2 friends, like they're very much at home here. They're obviously over here pretty often. And you see there's like a moment where like Edgar walks in and goes, hi, Miss Wake. And she goes, hi, Edgar. How are you doing today, honey? And she's like super kind, super chill with him, as opposed to the like rage monster that she'd been when you guys walked up. And they have like the pleasantries that they exchange. And after a moment, Seth, knowing that everyone is here and that you can smell dinner's almost done, you feel like it may be an appropriate time for you to come down.
Nope. Okay. No. Question: is Sarah and Ollie at the house?
At the house, they are not right now. You've not asked where they are, but they are currently not at the house. You're not sure where they are.
I will tiptoe down the stairs.
He's tiptoeing down the stairs. As you do so, your friends are already doing the thing where they're like preparing their buns. So they get like the mayo and the mustard and the ketchup and the pickles and the lettuce and everything already out. And they're like preparing their buns. And you hear your mom like click her tongs. She goes, all right, everybody line up. and she does the thing where like, even though you guys are like, you know, like older teenagers and you've been on the road and everything, she's treating you like a bunch of 10-year-olds who she's like has everybody get their plates. And when she says line up, you see like Edgar and JJ both walk over to the grill where she like takes the patty and puts it on the thing, and then she like does the whole thing.
I will follow suit.
Yeah, you follow suit. And then she like, without even glancing your way, Seth goes, I did yours with double cheese. That's good. That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here you go. And she slides it over, and then she takes off like a bigger, like chunkier patty and just flips it into Bowie's mouth. Yeah.
Okay. I'll get my plate too and slink in line.
You slink in line. You see there's like a slight chuckling from Edgar and JJ. The sort of like, ooh, you're in trouble sort of like chuckling.
It's not that bad, actually.
And you guys can all get food. And she goes, Miss Wake goes, all right, well, you have food. We'll eat. I assume that you two are gonna stick around for a little bit. And JJ and Edgar are both like, I mean, yeah, we're gonna like, you know, I was gonna let them try out the bikes and everything. And she goes, okay, well, let me know when you're planning on heading home. We need to have some sort of family discussion later tonight, and I would prefer it be family. So actually, if you want to maybe show DJ and Coryne around the Cornucopia daycare a little bit, Seth can catch up after dinner. And there's that moment where she like looks at like DJ and Coryne like, this is the course of action that we're taking. Are you guys gonna argue with it?
Sounds great. I'm in.
The track record is if you have to argue, you have to win a battle, and that's
Yeah.
it's 1 for 1.
Yeah.
I could try.
You could try. Now you're really wishing you had spirits and just throw it like a
I
bomb
know,
and run away.
Bob,
DJ's
where's Sarah and Ollie? Are they not here?
Oh, they went into the city for the day. They should be back probably sometime later this evening. They were going to go see a movie after they did some shopping.
Okay. And no dad?
Like I said, tomorrow at the earliest, maybe the day after.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll be calling him.
Oh. Okay. That's
Yep.
cool too.
Yeah.
Great burger.
We're calling
actually.
him after we have our conversation.
Great burger.
Because you know
Have you guys
you
tried?
see like she gets like mad enough to where she like stops talking in the middle, but you get the vibe of like every time there's like a family conversation, maybe Mr. Finwake might be a little bit easier on Seth than Alicia wants him to be.
Present, I think that'd be nice.
Yeah, you guys can eat dinner, and it is very well made. It's the sort of like home style cooking of like it's just everything's super tasty, super seasoned, super delicious, and there is like
Yum.
Pokemon food that is brought out for everybody's Pokemon, so you guys all can feed your whole teams for free. After dinner, there is a moment where Ed goes, okay, so do you guys want to try out my bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Seth, I assume you're gonna come and hang out with us after you die? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you, buddy. See, Edgar just sort of like struts out of the house because he's like, I don't gotta worry about any of this shit.
Oh my god.
See, the thing is
Wow.
Edgar not only has the experience of like having super not present parents, but watching Seth have super present parents. And it's the opposite of like, this is one of those rare moments where it's way better to have the not present parents.
If he wants to have parents, he comes to my house, and when he's done having parents, he can leave.
Exactly.
Wow.
That is exactly the vibe
That's
though.
funny.
That's cheap.
That's funny.
Okay. And while Edgar sort of struts out, you see JJ does give you like the worried look of like the hey, are you good sort of thing? Like, do you need anything?
Fine.
And she kind of she nods along and nope, doesn't notice anything there. And she goes along and joins Edgar outside. JJ, fucking A. DJ, Coryne,
Pick another letter, Torie.
DJ, Coryne, if you guys want, this will begin your guys' tour of the Cornucopia daycare. You do need to take your rain jackets outside though, because it may come, may not.
Okay.
I'll go.
I can have Anchor accompany you guys to
to
absorb
dry you off.
water.
This is true. This is true.
Only if you want.
Yeah,
down.
It
Anchor.
will incredibly slow down your pace of walking, though. 'cause
Yeah, well, I mean, if one of you just like picks him up and like puts him under the arm, you know,
I got it.
that could work. Yeah.
Bjorn.
You baby Bjorn him is what's next to Smolder. It's both of them together, keeping Smolder dry. Wait a second, that's so cute.
Oh, that's
Best
adorable.
friends that anyone could ever.
Oh, dude, somebody make that fan art, please. Please, I'm begging. Please, that's so cute.
It's like this is our get along shirt, but they want to actually be in the shirt together.
Yeah. So as everybody else starts to clear out, including most of your Pokemon, Seth, they all just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna go with the group. I think the only one who's like sticking around is Axel, because he doesn't want to go outside because it's wet. Your mom does that thing where she sort of like has eaten about half her food, and she sort of like presses her plate to the side. She puts her hands down, and she just gestures to you to start talking.
Everything.
That's funny.
Okay, you tell her everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. To the point where if we need to go into further details for other stuff that would be better to have the others, we can like
Yeah.
dog ear it, but like just so
But
that
she
they're
is up to beat on everything.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, can you roll me a charm check with 2 advantages, please?
Whoa.
Full honesty with your mom is the way to go, dude.
Yeah, why would I lie?
Mm.
Why would you hold information from
You
her
wouldn't
for a
lie to
long
me.
period of time? Yeah.
Explode on advantage?
Yep.
Yes, you do on all dice. DJ, I'm just imagining you doing like sick wheelies on the bike. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, try and do like the little pogo thing.
Yeah, like the acro bike, yeah, from Gen 3. Yeah. Kenna, I feel like with your agility die, you're really fucking bad on a bike.
Well,
We have the
Coryne
same
does that
agility
thing-
die.
Yeah, but the difference is I don't imagine Coryne trying to ride a bike before this. I imagine DJ trying to ride a bike before this.
Valid.
Oh yeah. I mean, Coryne is like learning how to ride this bike right now.
There you go. There you go.
Wait,
there
you've
you
never
go.
ridden a bike before at all?
I
Ever?
can't
Coryne's got
imagine
a
why
left
she would.
palate and has never needed
Yeah.
to ride a bike.
Yeah, it's Pilot's got a robust public transit system. Okay. Well, you said you rolled a 14.
Got a 14.
14 with a 14. Getting everything out, full details, just straight up, not trying to hold anything back. Your mom, by the time you get through the Zapdos conversations, is nodding along with the story. Like, okay. Yeah, like the things you're saying are making sense to her, which is baffling compared to every other conversation you've had about the dangerous shit you guys have done.
I talk better in person. so
Yeah,
yeah.
and honestly, the moment that you describe like Coryne shooting Perry, there is a moment where Miss Wake does like the whole grin and head nod, like yeah, sort of like fully agrees with that shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And like your mom really starts to like absorb the conversation. She goes, okay. You're not grounded right now. Right now, you're not grounded.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna question that. Let's roll with it. Yes.
I think you guys had a good point when you stated that you should not disclose necessarily all of this information to the League. I don't have any proof. I don't think in general. I don't have any proof or anything, but this is definitely among some of the other gym leaders that we've talked to, because, you know, your dad's close to several of them. We don't necessarily think that everyone on the administrative side of the League is on the up and up. Especially with how some things have gone. There are some things that are not in the news right now that I would be willing to tell you. But I think that is the correct decision. I think everything that you guys learned in that basement, and I think most of your dealings with Zapdos and this Graham kid, you should probably keep to yourself. Obviously tell me and your dad.
Yeah.
But I think you should keep that to yourself for the most part. I think it was a good decision to not put it in the Ranger reports, because Ranger reports are read by a lot of people and are part of the public record. I don't feel comfortable with a lot of what's happening. But I really can't say that you're not going to be safe if you face down one of the winged mirages and live to tell about it. You didn't try and fight it, and that's the smart part. That's what I approve of.
Yes, that didn't make sense to do. Also, in regards to like how all that stuff works, did you know that books like that existed that kind of like went into detail about the sheer amount of other legendary Pokemon that exist?
There's all sorts of atlases and books written by hand, but really for the most part, people guard that information pretty closely. So those books exist. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the only sort of set of those copies that exist.
Yeah, I mean, did where it was stored make any sense with like the name of the little tombstone thing it was on?
Name, and you realize it's one of those little details that maybe she didn't catch the first time you went through it because you sort of told her a lot of information all at once. Mm-hmm. She goes, I'm sorry, remind me, what was the name on the tomb?
Giovanni. Does that ring a bell?
I think it's been 17 years since the last time I heard that name. Oof. Yeah, Giovanni was a big bad criminal guy, former gym leader here in Kanto for a while. No, that was before really I was super high up and before your dad was a gym leader even.
I think from what Mr. Fuji Jr. said, that was the family, like, did they request it? Did like the Giovanni family request that?
I don't know. I can look into it, but I don't know.
I'm asking God. Sorry.
Hold
on.
You would have no real knowledge other than like this was a tomb that was set up. Mr. Fuji Jr. didn't have a whole lot of information on it. That's why he was also surprised.
I couldn't remember the specifics of it.
But I can look into it.
Okay. Yeah, it just seems odd because there was a lot of like really relevant information, especially seeing as how like as soon as we left that, we then ran into the Spirit Tomb, which. That's its own thing too.
I have some words for that young lady for seeking out a Spirit Tomb immediately, considering there is one trainer who has one.
Hey, and speaking as someone who didn't falter during that fight, it wasn't that bad. It was comparatively wasn't that bad.
It probably hadn't woken up all the way yet.
I feel like it was pretty woken. It was pretty.
You were pretty woken.
It was pretty woken. Well,
pretty woken.
I can't speak to it because I've never fought a Spirit Tomb, but I have fought some high-level ghosts, and I will say you know when they're fully awoken. Is there any other information that you're leaving out, or was that everything?
I think that was everything. I'm trying to think of any other key details. What was the name of the ranger that had dropped us off at that one Pokemon scene there?
Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
What Pokemon Center?
With Nurse
on
Twyla,
Route 10.
Yeah,
Nurse Twyla.
Cora.
It wasn't Cora.
Or Cora. Yeah, it was Cora. Yeah.
Cora, are you familiar with them? Are they on the up and up? They were the one who
for the most part, yeah. Didn't train under me, but I'm familiar. I mean, Ranger's a pretty small circle. There's less than 100 of us in the region, so.
DJ's heart cries out.
Yeah. I mean, recruiting numbers have been really low for the last few years. They'll take just about anybody.
Yeah. She perks up.
From across the field, she sneezes.
Sorry, I can't hear you, DJ. The glass.
The glass, yeah, it's crazy.
Funny.
Yeah, but, I think maybe Dad might have more information once we bring him in to talk about it.
I mean, I've told you everything that the two of us knows, unless he's learned something major in the last couple days. Yeah,
more recent stuff because
we can call him now.
Locally, our friend Poppy was also there because they work under.
I'm familiar with young Poppy.
Champion Red was there too. His silhouette was there.
I am familiar. I mean, I've obviously only met the champion a few times. Quiet man. But no, I'm familiar with Poppy. We've worked a little bit with her in the past. I mean, when you run a breeding center as large as this, you work with the local professor as much as you can. Yeah, we'll call your father. We'll key him in on all of this and see if he has anything else to say. And we'll do that while we walk and talk because there are 4 teenagers on my property that I just sort of let loose. So we're gonna go find them.
Okay.
As you walk and talk, Seth, I'll tell you right now that a lot of your walk is spent catching your father up, which it seems like he's just sort of resting at like local camp that's been set up. He's the last one left. It seems like everybody who works for Oak Lab has gone away and the champion was gone within the first day. He's just wrapping things up there with a couple of other ace trainers. But in terms of like plot relevant characters, he is the only one that is left. And he doesn't have a lot to add to this discussion. He goes through everything that he found when it came to the actual, let me see here, the actual power plant. And if I remember correctly, I'm looking at my list real quick. It looks like you guys found any information that he would have uncovered during this search in terms of like, this is a third party that did not belong to either of the rockets. None of them were left by the time they got there. There were a few that were unconscious, but they seem to have been taken away at some point from what you guys had described. Like what you saw where everybody had gotten out of there. They found evidence of like humans being knocked unconscious and dragged away sort of thing. It looks like that from the battle itself, it didn't last longer than maybe 45 minutes to an hour total. There is structural damage to the power plant, but it's not going to collapse anytime soon, though it is missing a lot of the power that was previously through it now that Zapdos is gone. So they spent some time repairing some of the broken generators to give the electric type some more power. But ultimately, he doesn't have a whole lot to add. And when he notices that your mom is like pretty chill with a lot of what you've said, he's doing the thing where he's not trying to congratulate you or be proud of you too much because he doesn't want to trigger the bad cop parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He's keeping it real. He's doing you a solid right now. Yeah. But as you guys walk out, you eventually cross about an acre or two until you find 4 teenagers on 2 bikes who have discovered the art of standing on the spokes on the back of a bike.
Yeah.
And that is the correct way to ride double-seater. I would like both DJ and Coryne to please roll me either a agility or strength-based athletics check.
Yes, thank you so much.
You hate me.
I do hate you, just with my whole heart. I just hate you.
Permeating through all of the arcs. 6. I'm glad that it's so funny.
25.
Cerulean is painful for DJ.
Coryne, even though Coryne is like not very good at balancing, Coryne actually has picked up the art of like squeezing the back of the bike with her thighs like immediately, so she's like locked in to the point where she can just stand like no hands on the back of JJ as she's there and JJ's sort of like going down a hill and like, whoo, and as you're going, JJ, constant stream of very, very relevant and good information about the breeding area of like, oh yeah, and in this paddock, this is basically the normal type beast style Pokemon. So you're gonna run into things like Tauros and Miltank and a lot of similar Pokemon. We try to, or at least when I come and help out every once in a while, because I like to intern out here whenever I'm not doing stuff at the Pokemon Center. And she just like goes and starts listing off all these things.
I used to intern at a Pokemon Center and I just start.
Oh yeah, you guys start back and forth because you guys can talk about all sorts of things.
Edgar's like, this is an electric fence, that's an electric fence.
So DJ, you would hear Edgar talking about all of the electric fences he's accidentally run into or grabbed onto at some point in this.
So
However,
funny.
as you guys start down the hill, you hit like a slight bump and you just go belly flop directly into the mud, just dirt in your everything, just just a wet slap noise as you hit the ground and you're cold.
And that's a mud puddle.
Hey, you're supposed to hold on, right?
So I'm just thinking back to when I was a kid and I did this.
Ate it?
Yeah.
I ate shit. So basically what happened was I was riding down the hill, didn't realize how fast I was going. Actually, this happened to me twice.
Good job. Proud of you.
So first time was on a bike. I was in my neighborhood. I ran down the hill, couldn't turn, hit the curb, went ass over tea kettle into the lawn. The second time was on a 4x4.
Big difference.
That's
and I went ass over tea kettle into a tree trunk. and then lied to my parents about it and told them that the giant scratch up my leg was a bug bite and the leaves in my hair were from when I tripped and fell.
So
trying to get off
this
of
publicly
the thing.
known.
Tori, I would make fun of you here if when I was
my
about
parents know.
8.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
when I was about 8 years old, I was riding my quad. And I was going, and we were sand duning, and I go, and I'm going, and I lose a little bit of traction, and I go ass over tea kettle, and I land, and the quad lands on top of me. And not only did it land on top of me, it kept going, and the key had been yanked off my vest versus out of the thing, and then it just kept driving off into the distance. And my parents talk about this as
it's still driving.
My parents talk about this as watching me get up, cry, and start running after my quad.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So how is DJ reacting to this in the real life?
I think DJ just gives the anime style thumbs up.
Yep.
From the ground.
I'm alright. She got like a mouthful of dirt. She's like, I'm fine.
Uh-huh. Hey, you got something like right here, like just like right here.
And she like spits it out.
Okay.
Werther, I don't know how you eat this shit all day, man.
Richter goes, yeah, bye, and just like motions at you to come here, and then you see him like put both of his little claws up and like concentrate at you. Yeah. Can you roll me a special attack roll, please, Matt, for Richter?
Oh,
Am I killing DJ?
Yeah, you're murdering DJ.
Let me see what he's got.
Oh no.
Because this is like the move that he's using is normally physical, but this is like specific application, so I'm gonna go special attack. 10 is really good. You see at this moment, Richter uses his fine control of ground type energy, and all of the dirt and mud comes off of your face, and he just and just eats it all out of the air. Get
Oh, that's a little horrifying. All right, I didn't know we were that close.
You are now.
We are now. This is like a blood bond. We're
He holds up a claw for like high five.
Is that gonna hurt me? If I
yes.
high five him?
Yes.
I'll do it
anyway.
It will.
Yeah, you take a minor wound.
What hurt more, the high five or the crashing?
Well, the crashing didn't do actual damage, so probably high five.
This is like concentrated pain.
But it is in this state that you and your mother walk up to these fucking idiots.
Perfect.
I'm not used to you guys being hurt this much on like a
us either.
day-to-day
Yeah, I mean,
basis.
normally, like, at least from what we know, Seth is normally the, like, you know, accident-prone, clumsy guy. You know, there was a period when we were, like, 12 where he had a bruise for about 3 months because he just kept re-bruising himself.
I absolutely believe that.
It's called building up a tolerance.
I mean, hey, you don't have any bruises on you now. Maybe it worked.
The urge that Coryne had to just Frogger punch him right in the eye. So strong. You see the arm come up and then War Turtle's little hand. Just...
Yeah. All right. I would like to make an announcement. Ms. Wake says, Seth is no longer grounded.
Yes. Ooh. Oh my god.
All right. Okay. That's all. That's
What's
it.
the catch? Oh, that's it?
That's it.
That's it. That's the whole announcement. Yeah.
All right.
So, I assume this means you know everything that happened.
She glances over at Edgar and JJ and goes, yes.
Okay, great.
I've been informed, I'm looking at Edgar and JJ, that I can no longer tell you what I thought I would be able to tell you. So, sorry.
What the fuck did I do? Says Edgar, and JJ goes, oh no, that makes sense. If it's something sensitive, that makes total sense. And Edgar's just like, who am I gonna tell?
That's fair. I look to my mom. I'm like, I mean...
I guess 3 teenagers isn't necessarily worse than 5 teenagers. No, and go for it. Do whatever you need to do.
I saw Zapdos.
Even Edgar, in the depths of his lack of Pokemon knowledge, goes, holy shit, what?
Yeah, it was like...
And then JJ goes, and you're alive?
Yeah.
We had on
I don't know, ghost types do a lot. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm a figment of your imagination.
Whoa! Is that why the weather's been so crazy lately?
Yeah.
Did you guys do that?
No.
Well,
Did we do
it might
I mean,
have
you
been
let it
in
go.
an effort. Yeah, it might have been in an effort to stop bad things from happening to it.
I think this is just a big misunderstanding and some other cataclysmic event happened somewhere that we couldn't see.
Yeah.
Right.
But you could see on our Patreon. Guys, we have a Patreon. If you want to check out some of the episodes
I
that are
can't
available
believe
to
you
you
put that in there.
prior to them
Matt.
hitting
Crazy.
YouTube.
I mean, they can see it on the Patreon, but you also know that the release schedule for this comes out on YouTube after the
but
others have already come
Right
out.
now it isn't, and it's funny now.
Yeah, go watch
Just know.
Fennel Valley on
Guys, that's
YouTube.
Fennel Valley. I heard there's a really cool Pokemon Ranger there.
Okay, well, you almost died and you're not grounded. Edgar's like genuinely having trouble like with this information of like, he's like, this doesn't match. Interesting.
And I got eye tattoos too or something. Look at this.
Whoa! What happened to your eyes? You got like syphilis or something? What's going on?
What the fuck?
I got her, motherfucker!
Soda just came out my nose.
Oh, I heard that happen too. Ouch.
Oh, that was the most audible fucking snort I've ever heard in my life. Oh, Torie, do you need to wash out your face?
Sounds like a
Yeah,
water pump.
I'm gonna be right back. My eyes are watering. Oh my god.
Damn.
And we'll be back, right? And we're back. Yeah, so Torie, is your
Check
nose
on
feeling
me.
better now?
Dude, that sucked. That was funny. I wasn't
Tori's
ready for
work is they
syphilis.
sneeze out soda and I make a cat appear.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how syphilis works. I was just naming a disease in order to
Oh
like,
my
what's going on with your
God.
eyes, dude? Yeah, what's going
That's
on?
insane. Yeah, so part of the looking at Zapdos, I guess, has side effects, not syphilis.
Oh,
Not
okay.
syphilis.
Chlamydia.
Please stop
Oh
talking.
my god.
Okay. He's fucking with you. He goes, okay, yeah, fuck. All right, so you've got like, is that it's in both eyes. That's kind of sick looking, man. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can run faster too. No, I'm kidding, I can't.
Lightning gave me abs. You are Barry Allen the Flash.
I can face through.
That's my favorite line of dialogue in that whole show is Lightning gave me abs. It's crazy.
What the Flash?
You guys are now with this like knowledge that there are now two more people that you can talk to about some of the shit that's been going on, as well as you know that Seth's parents are both in the know. Do you guys want to continue checking out the Pokemon daycare?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Seth, can you please roll me a d10?
That is going to be a lem.
I'm sorry, I just was imagining Torie after the snort thing going, you guys made me eat. You rolled an 11. Wait. Sorry, I just needed a D10, so don't add anything to that.
Oh, 8.
Oh, 8. Okay. 8. Okay. We're actually gonna get to this earlier than I thought we were going to. As you guys start to like walk around, there is a moment where Alicia Wake lets JJ continue to do the tour because she's just sort of like, you know, supervising, doing everything. You get the feeling that of the people who work here, she's not the one who gives tours.
Flow state.
Yeah. So she's just like kind of like, you know, listening and enjoying the sound of like her son and all of his friends, you know, doing their thing. So JJ's going. And actually, here's a little surprise for you guys. Obviously, Seth, you already know this. Yeah, this is for my two new friends. Here's a little surprise for you guys. I believe young Miss Myrtle over here might find some place at home over here. As at this point, JJ is going to sweep her hand to the side and is going to unveil a large pond that tributary sort of flows into, that is dammed at the end, that then allows a little bit of water to go out into the river. There's like this large hill off to the backside where you can see that there's like sort of like a mud cavern at the base of that, where you can see lounging tons of different water types, and actually some quite rare ones that you're like, kind of like, you're not surprised to see them here, but it is still that thing of like, oh, I didn't think that like at this point in time I was going to see 4 other Totodile just chilling in the water. The idea that like, oh, there's 2 Squirtles just chilling on one of the rocks. Like, it is that moment of you're seeing all of these like very rare Pokemon and some out of region ones that you like don't even necessarily recognize. Like, there's this one sort of like blue otter-esque looking Pokemon with like this bright shell that it's carrying around, and it's like digging into the dirt with it. As you look over, there is this other like, I would say if I had to like describe it off rip, you might recognize it, those of you who are native to Kanto, because it's also native to Johto, but it's not native to the area. In the deeper parts of the pond, there's like this like beautiful like pink and white stone Pokemon sticking out. It almost looks like a coral reef with like these like large antlers coming off of it as a Corsola is swimming around. And it's like this very beautiful pond. But there is a moment, Coryne, where you sort of like guide your eyes over the pond and you see off to one side, slumbering on one of the beaches, completely unbothered by the rain and sleet that has fallen recently, there is a large Blastoise that you instinctively know to be Myrtle's mom. And as you sort of look over and the eye sort of like opens up and you see this like bright blue eye sort of glance across the field at you, that is where we're going to end today's episode of Unbeatable. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you guys next time.
Pokemon,
take care. Let's go. Thank you for watching. This episode of Unbeatable has been brought to you by the members of our Patreon. Specifically, thank you Hazel Martin for supporting us. Our patrons see our episodes early and get access to our Discord, where we interact with our community and gather questions for our monthly Q&As. See you next time and stay unbeatable.
I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.